Imagine an empire teetering on the edge of collapse, desperate to reclaim its former glory. This is the story of the Tanzimat period, a time when the Ottoman Empire embarked on a daring journey of transformation. Driven by the visionary Sultan Abdülmecid I and ignited by devastating military defeats, these reforms were not just about survival, they aimed to revolutionize the very essence of the empire. The Tanzimat reforms began with a dramatic proclamation in 1839, the Gulhane Decree crafted by Mustafa Reşid Pasha, a key statesman and reformist. Picture this, an ambitious leader standing before the empire, announcing a bold plan to overhaul the crumbling Ottoman administration. The decree promised to slash corruption, streamline government functions, and restore public trust in the administration. The ultimate goal? To fortify the empire against the ever-changing geopolitical landscape of the 19th century. At the heart of these reforms was the creation of a more centralized administrative framework. The empire sought to reduce bureaucratic red tape and enhance the effectiveness of its vast government system. This restructuring wasn't just about improving day-to-day operations, it was about securing the empire's longevity and adaptability. By tightening control and reducing local governors' power, the central government aimed to bring order to the provinces and manage the empire's finances more effectively through a systemic tax system. One of the most groundbreaking shifts during the Tanzimat period was the overhaul of the legal system. The Gulhane Decree was revolutionary in its promise of equality for all subjects, regardless of religion or ethnicity, a radical departure from the empire's traditional segmented legal practices. This initial decree laid the groundwork for a series of new legal codes over the subsequent decades, many inspired by European legal systems. These new codes aimed to standardize legal processes across the empire and ensure that justice was administered uniformly and fairly. By aligning more closely with European legal standards, the Ottoman Empire sought to modernize its judiciary and improve its international standing, moving toward a more secular and rational legal framework. Education also experienced a renaissance during the Tanzimat period, significantly altering the intellectual and bureaucratic landscape of the empire. The establishment of new schools and higher education institutions was targeted at cultivating a bureaucracy proficient in both Islamic traditions and European administrative practices. Schools like the Imperial School of Military Engineering and the School of Civil Service were established to train officials in modern administrative techniques, scientific knowledge, and European languages. These institutions were intended to be the breeding grounds for a new class of Ottoman officials, envisioned as the leaders of the empire's modernization efforts. By fostering a well-educated and versatile administrative class, the Tanzimat reforms aimed to ensure that the empire could competently manage its affairs and effectively compete on the international stage. The impact of these educational reforms cannot be overstated. Prior to the Tanzimat, education in the Ottoman Empire was largely religious, centered around the madrasas that focused on Islamic theology and law. The introduction of secular subjects, scientific education, and foreign languages represented a significant shift. This new approach not only broadened the intellectual horizons of Ottoman students, but also prepared them to engage with Western technological and administrative advancements. Graduates of these institutions became key players in the empire's bureaucracy, military, and diplomatic corps, embodying the Tanzimat's modernizing vision. Centralization and efficiency became the watchwords of the Tanzimat reforms. The creation of new ministries and a revamped tax system tightened the central government's grip, diminishing the power of local governors and bringing order to the provinces. This centralization was crucial in creating a cohesive state apparatus capable of implementing the wide-ranging of reforms envisioned by the Tanzimat leaders. The financial reforms aimed at improving revenue collection were particularly significant as they provided the necessary funds to support the empire's modernization projects. Despite their ambitious intentions, the Tanzimat reforms faced significant opposition. Conservative elements within the empire viewed these changes as a threat to the Islamic fabric of society, while various ethnic groups saw them as either too radical or insufficient. This opposition fueled nationalistic sentiments that would later contribute to the complexities the empire faced in the following decades. For many conservative Muslims, the reforms represented an unwelcome westernization and a departure from traditional Islamic values. This resistance was not limited to the elite. It permeated various strata of society, including the religious establishment and provincial notables, who felt their authority being undermined by centralizing efforts. Moreover, the Tanzimat reforms inadvertently stirred nationalist movements among the empire's diverse ethnic groups. These communities often had differing visions of the empire's future, with some seeking greater autonomy or even independence. The promise of equality enshrined in the Gulhane Decree raised expectations among these groups, and when the reforms did not fully deliver on these promises, it led to increased discontent and demands for self-determination. This period of reform, while aimed at unifying the empire, also highlighted the inherent tensions within its diverse population. The Tanzimat reforms were a bold leap towards modernity, laying the foundation for further reforms in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, including those by the Young Turks. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment below if you enjoyed this video.